Okay, so I'm going to do my predictions for the Metropolitan Division. So first place, I have the Washington Capitals. They finished first last year, and I don't see them slipping down very much. Pittsburgh might make a run for it because they had a pretty good second half to the season last year. But I still think with, even though they didn't do much in the offseason, but they did do the Lars Eller trade, which makes their team a lot deeper. Well, not a lot deeper. They've already had a pretty good deep team. And with getting solid goaltending, like probably top 5 in the league with Braden Holtby, and the offensive power that the Washington Capitals possess, they should easily make the playoffs and most likely finish first in this division. Second, I have Pittsburgh Penguins. Last I checked, that they had a little bit of cap issues, but they haven't done much, so I'm not too sure about that. But I still have them second because they still have the ability to outscore a lot of teams, and that defense, even though is getting better because they have a couple of young, good defensemen, and obviously Chris Letang is a stud. He's going to play around 25 minutes a night. And it all depends on if they do end up trading Fleury, how Matt Murray plays in his first full season. Last year he kind of came up at the end of the season and then obviously had that wonderful playoffs. So if he can continue that, then they should have no problem getting second. But if they trade Fleury and he kind of has falters or something, then this could be in question, but most likely they're going to come second. Next, it's kind of coin flip between the Rangers, the Islanders, and the Flyers. Even though the Flyers might have the best top 6 of these 3, I picked the Rangers to make the playoffs only because of Henrik Lundqvist. We all know if your goaltender can stay you quite a few games during the regular season, you have a good chance of making the playoffs. They have a decent top 6. I mean, Rick Nash isn't what he used to be, so hopefully he can return to, maybe he'll get like 60 points. That'd be good for them. And then the Zibanejad trade, I think it was pretty good for them, especially in a couple more years. Zibanejad is probably going to pass Broussard in production. He might even do it this year, so that might be a pretty good trade for them. They made their bottom 6 quite a bit deeper with Grabner, Gerby, and Uris, so that should help a little bit. But the only reason I'm picking them to make the playoffs, it would be Lundqvist, just because he has the ability to steal quite a few games. Next, I once again, it was really hard to choose between the Islanders and the Flyers. I was going to put the Flyers here. I had them, when I was doing all this, I had them before the Islanders. But I just switched it around. I picked the Islanders to come fourth, maybe get the wild card, because losing Opozo and Nielsen is quite a big loss, and then adding Vlad and Parentov doesn't fill what their needs, because Nielsen was the center, so they didn't address that second line center. And Vlad, I would rather Opozo on my team other than Vlad, although Vlad is quite a good leader, so that should help. And obviously they still have Tavares, so he's almost guaranteed 80 to 85 points. He can even get more than that, but almost guaranteed to get that, just because the ability he has. Yeah, I'm not sold on Halak being a starting goaltending, so that might make them falter, so they might end up lower than 4th where I have them here. And then their season really depends on if Barzal and Strome can come in and make difference. Their first season together, they're projecting like 2nd or 3rd line for them, so I don't know how that's going to work, but they're pretty good talent, so they might be pretty good together. Next, I have the Philadelphia Flyers. They improved their bottom 6 with Gordon and Weiss, but their defense and goaltending still isn't good enough for me to pick them to finish higher. Gostisbehere, although he played really well last year, we'll have to see if he can duplicate the season that he had. And then Mason Norvert, he played pretty good down the stretch for Philadelphia, so I'm guessing he'll be the starter, but I'm still not sold on either of one of them being able to start. So after them, I have the New Jersey Devils. So I think they had a pretty good offseason with the trade with Edmonton to get Hull to improve their offense, but their defense took a hit. Their top four is Green, Moore, Merrill, and Lovejoy. It's kind of looks pretty weak for a top four at least. But with solid goaltending, Snyder's the top 10 goaltender in the NHL. So that if he performs really well, they could surprise some people. But I don't have him finishing higher than this. Second last, I have Carolina Hurricanes. So with the young defense like Falk and Hannafin, they should have a pretty good defense for quite a few years to come. So they improved their offense with the Teravainen trade, but they have an okay top six. I don't think they'll be able to score enough because I don't think Lack or Ward has what it takes to make as many saves as make enough saves at least. I don't think that they might be middle of the pack to late, like probably like I'm gonna say 20 to 30th in goals against, which I don't think will be good enough with this offense. So that's why I have them second last. And last I have the Columbus Blue Jackets. So unless Bobrovsky has Vezina type numbers, I don't see them placing any higher than this. They have a pretty decent top four defense with Jones, Murray, Johnson, and Savard, so that's not really a problem for them. But they lack a true goal scorer, so because of this, Dubois might actually make the team out of the training camp. So he's got a decent shot at making the team, but I don't see them competing with very many teams in the Eastern Conference. So let me know what you think. Like and comment and subscribe with this video, and have a nice day.